So, how would you say having autism has affected your ability to cope with the uncertainty these days? Tom, would you like to start us off on this one?
Certainly. I would say people with autism in particular have a lot of experience in what a lot of people are going through right now, being socially isolated, having that anxiety, not knowing what's going to come next. And I think this pandemic is actually a bit of an opportunity for people with autism to share their experiences and how they get through what they got through. It's almost like, welcome to our world right now, because this is how it feels to not be able to go out there, or maybe you're at home making your own fun because you didn't get invited to places, or there's no gatherings and you're not sure when it's going to end, if at all. So there's a lot of opportunity for people with autism to share their stories of how they've coped, how they're feeling right now, and what they're going to do to improve their situation and make the world a better place in the process. So, for example, before the pandemic, I was in the process of making my own online coaching business. And now, since I'm not traveling anywhere, I'm not really going places, I'm accelerating the building of that business so I can reach people in other countries and get my lessons out there and make a difference. Because I think a lot of people need to hear what I have to say to get them through these very uncertain times.
hmm Could you give an example of one of the ways that you've been able to cope?
One of the ways I've been able to cope, I mentioned that I like to travel, and my family and I have had access to international countries and different cuisine. So I haven't been able to go to other countries, but I'm all about tasting different foods or sampling different cuisines. And in my hometown here of Santa Clarita, California, just north of Los Angeles, there are a lot of entrepreneurs and small businesses and family owned companies, a lot of restaurants in particular. So every Tuesday, I go to a different restaurant and order from the menu and take pictures of what I order and put it on my social media and hashtag Takeout Tuesday. And then people see this cuisine, and I'll visit different restaurants. Like I'll go to a Vietnamese restaurant, then I'll go to a Japanese restaurant, then I'll go to an Italian restaurant, then I'll go to a Mexican, and have a different country or maybe even a different theme each week. So people look forward to that and are appetized by it, and then maybe they'll order takeout or something from that particular place and support the small business. So I'm thinking about my fellow business owners and residents here in this city, and that they want to maintain their lives and livelihood.
hmm
So that's one way I'm coping and making a difference, forming new habits, new routines, while also creating entertainment and educational value.
Yeah, we're recording this on a Tuesday, actually. So,
Yeah.
where are you going for Takeout Tuesday today?
Today I'm going to a place called Hot Chicken, and it's a local restaurant here. They specialize in chicken tenders, wings, and such. And I'll be over there and taking pictures and showing my followers what I have over there. And it was kind of funny when I saw people taking Instagram pictures, like what they're eating, stuff on plates. I thought that seems so weird or far fetched. But now here I am doing that for a good cause.
Right. Yeah. And David, how would you say your autism has affected your ability to cope during these times?
And really, the hardest thing, like I said before, I miss traveling the world, and it's really hurting me right now because I have not traveled internationally at all this year. And it has been a time for me to reflect on my experiences. I have been traveling the world since I was 2 months old, and this is how I want to live my life. And there is no other way that I would choose to live it than being able to travel the world. But kind of, accepting and moving on with it, I have been able to manage certain things that I would do out of the traveling landscape, which is taking care of my health. So I have been managing to do core workouts, thigh workouts, chest workouts, even arm workouts at home, and then just walking to the park doing 30 to 40 laps around the bases with a combination of running and walking. And even during the beginning and managing other things, I have been watching a lot of Netflix and Disney Plus to keep myself entertained. And with the sporting seasons continuing, that really excites me because then I'm really feeling more entertained. And as things started to get better, I have been able to see my close relatives like my grandma. And even if I do see her, we have to practice social distancing. And the same thing goes for with my brother as well. And the only time I could ever go out was for groceries, to get, supplies for living, or mainly other things that are needed. And to celebrate Jewish holidays or even birthdays, it was all done virtually for Zoom meetings. And it's been hurting me because I am wanting to travel the world to keep advocating for autism, whether it's about education or being a spokesperson, which is exactly what my good pal Thomas Iland is doing. I have been really hunkered down from this. And having the pleasure to be invited to speak on a podcast like I'm doing right now is a huge thing. And this is the very first podcast that I am doing. And I am so proud of all the experiences that I have shared with you and how this will affect the audience once it goes out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a very, very big thing. And filling in my time, I have been working on my book. I've been working on my poems. And in fact, my grandma is a poet. So I also get some assistance from her about my poetry writing and how I want to create the best or write the best poems possible. So that has been a very, very big thing for me. And my health is always important, and that would definitely be the top priority behind family or other ones that can be pursued, which is traveling the world. And this is a very, very significant thing for me because there will always be memorable moments from my travel experiences, even the stressful ones too. And doesn't matter where you want to go, because every country that you travel to will teach you something. It will be so important to you that you will bring it back to the country you're in, and you will share that knowledge with everyone around you. So every travel experience you have is a big experience. So take advantage of it and make the most of it.
You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.